He doesn't say it. She doesn't either. But somehow, they both know. There's a pause in the conversation, a glance that lasts a second too long, a smile that's just a little too warm, and in that silence, something speaks louder than words. But here's what no one tells you. When two people secretly like each other, their bodies start sending signals they can't control. Their minds try to hide it, but their behavior always tells the truth. This isn't just chemistry, it's a quiet kind of chaos, one that unfolds in gestures, in timing, in energy. And if you've ever wondered, do they feel the same way I do? You're about to find out. In this video, we're uncovering 10 signs that you're not imagining it. They feel it too. Some signs are hidden in the smallest details. Some are so obvious, you'll wonder how you ever missed them. And sign number 9? That's the moment they give themselves away. Completely. Welcome to NeuroVista, where we don't just talk about love, we decode it. If you believe in quiet signals, unspoken feelings, and real human connection, you've found your place. Subscribe now and join our tribe of thinkers and feelers. Let's begin this journey of discovery, because the signs were always there. You just needed someone to show you where to look. So many beautiful connections never begin, not because the feelings aren't real, but because no one dares to say them out loud. Two people, both feeling something deep, both waiting for a sign, and both too afraid to make the first move. It's heartbreaking how often love stays trapped in silence. But what if the signs are already there? What if, without even knowing it, they've been showing you how they feel, in the way they look at you, the way they remember small details, the way they linger just a second longer in your presence? This video isn't just about romance, it's about awareness. It's about learning to trust your instincts and decode the subtle signs that most people overlook. Because once you start to notice what's really happening beneath the surface, everything changes. You stop doubting, you stop second-guessing, and maybe, just maybe, you'll find the courage to take that first step before the moment quietly fades away. 1. The way you look at each other lingers. It always starts with a glance. He looks at her when he thinks she's not paying attention. She does the same, just a little later. And every now and then, your eyes meet. But here's the strange part. Neither of you looks away. Not immediately. Not like people normally do. The moment stretches. Not in a dramatic way, but in a soft, almost weightless silence. Like the rest of the world fades for a second, and all that exists is the space between your eyes. You're not just looking, you're seeing something in each other, and neither of you can explain it. It's not flirty, it's not calculated, it just happens, naturally. Some people call it tension, others call it chemistry, but when two people have a secret crush on each other, their eyes tend to linger, longer than they should, longer than friends usually allow. And in that silence, everything is said, without saying anything at all. The way he holds your gaze, like he's memorizing your face. The way she smiles after, almost as if she's embarrassed she got caught, but secretly happy she was. It's these quiet moments that reveal the most. Because no one teaches us how to hide the truth behind our eyes. And when the feeling is mutual, you don't want to look away. 2. You mirror each other's movements. He leans forward, and a moment later so does she. She crosses her legs, and somehow he does too, without even noticing. It's subtle, barely there, but it happens again and again. This isn't acting. This isn't planned. It's something the body does when it feels safe, when it feels close. Psychologists call it subconscious mimicry, a silent dance your nervous system performs when you're emotionally tuned into someone. And when two people have feelings they haven't spoken out loud, their bodies speak for them. Your hand moves. Theirs follows. You laugh, and they laugh just a beat after, like your joy unlocked theirs. Even the way you hold your phone, sip your drink, tilt your head, somehow they echo it, like your rhythms are slowly syncing up. It's not something you notice right away. It just feels easy, like you're always in step, even when you're not trying. And maybe that's the most telling part. You're not thinking about it. You're just reacting to each other, like mirrors quietly pulled toward the same light. Not because you're copying, but because you're connecting, without words, without effort, just feeling. 3. Small touches feel bigger than they should. It wasn't even a real touch, just a brush of the hand, barely there. But it stayed with you. longer than it should have. A casual nudge during a joke. Fingers that graze as you both reach for something. The way their shoulder leans into yours for just a moment too long. And somehow, something that would normally go unnoticed now feels electric. It's not overwhelming, not dramatic, just quietly intense. Like your skin knows something before your mind does. He doesn't pull away too quickly. She doesn't pretend it didn't happen. Instead, there's a pause, a glance, a softness in the air that feels heavier than before. Because when feelings are still unspoken, even the smallest touch carries meaning. The kind of meaning that lingers. The kind that makes you wonder, did they feel that too? You become more aware, more present. Suddenly, every movement feels loaded with something you can't quite name. It's not just about the physical contact. It's about what it stirs inside you. That quiet, magnetic pull. And your body listens. It leans in, responds. Not because you planned it, but because something real is unfolding beneath the surface. Something that doesn't need to be spoken, just felt. Inside, jokes multiply. It always starts with something small, a silly comment during a conversation, a shared laugh over something no one else found funny. But somehow, that one moment becomes a thread, and over time, those threads start to weave into something stronger, something only the two of you understand. An inside joke here, a playful phrase there, and suddenly you're not just talking, you're building a language, one only the two of you speak. It doesn't feel like flirting, not exactly. It feels easier than that, safer, like you're both letting your guards down without even realizing it. A simple word or look triggers a laugh, and it's not about the joke anymore. It's about the connection hiding underneath it, a kind of closeness that doesn't need to be labeled. He remembers the first joke and brings it up weeks later. She finishes your sentence with the punchline you didn't have to say. And in those tiny moments, it becomes clear, this isn't just casual fun. This is emotional intimacy, dressed in humor, because when you keep laughing at the same things, you're not just sharing a sense of humor, you're building your own little world, one that feels warm, familiar, and quietly sacred. 5. You both get nervous around each other, but try to hide it. It's in the small things. How he suddenly forgets what he was saying, mid-sentence. How she plays with the edge of her sleeve or taps her fingers without noticing. The words don't always come out right. Sometimes they ramble. Sometimes they stumble. But the feeling behind them is clear, even if neither of you says it out loud. You notice how your heart races a little faster when they walk into the room. How your voice changes. Just slightly. You become more aware of yourself, of your posture, your tone, your laugh. You second-guess the stories you tell, wondering if they sounded better in your head. And yet, you keep talking. You keep showing up. Because deep down, it's not just nervousness. It's because you care. You want to leave a good impression. You want to be seen, really seen, but in the right light. And so, you fidget. You laugh at the wrong time. You overthink a little. They do too. But that's what makes it real. The nerves aren't a sign of fear. They're a sign that this matters more than either of you is ready to admit. 6. You remember the smallest details about each other. He remembers how she takes her coffee. 2 sugars, no cream. She remembers the song he hummed once, absent-mindedly, and sends him a link to it days later. It's not about effort. It's instinct. The little things just stick. Not because they were bold or dramatic, but because they were his or hers. A passing comment about a childhood memory, a mention of a favorite book, the way they talk about their dreams when they think no one's really listening. You hold on to those pieces, not to impress them, but because they left a quiet imprint. And it goes both ways. They remember when you had a tough day at work and check in the next morning. They bring up something you said once and you're surprised they even caught it. That's the magic of it. When someone listens with intention, even the smallest things feel big. It's not just interest, it's emotional awareness. When every word, every glance, every small confession matters more than you let on, it's because what you're building isn't surface level. It's something that lives in the details, spoken or not. 7. Your conversations flow and never feel long enough. Time stretches and disappears when it's the two of you. A 5-minute chat turns into an hour. A quick hello becomes a late-night exchange, and somehow, it never feels like enough. You talk about everything and nothing, from deep thoughts about life to silly jokes that make no sense to anyone else. The words just come, naturally. You don't plan the flow. It happens, as if you're both tuned to the same. You don't have to fill the space with noise. Their presence speaks louder than words. You walk away from every conversation with a smile you didn't notice forming. Your mind replays little things they said, and you find yourself hoping the next time comes soon, because with them, even 1,000 words still wouldn't feel like enough. 8. Friends start noticing something between you. It's subtle at first. You don't think anyone sees it, but your friends do. They notice the little shifts. The way your smile brightens when they walk into the room. The way you look at each other without saying a word. And suddenly, it's like the whole room fades away. They're the ones who notice how your conversations are different. Lighter, more comfortable, like you've both discovered a secret language. They might joke about it, nudging you when you're not looking. "What's going on between you two?" they ask with that teasing smile. And you both laugh it off, pretending it's nothing. But deep down, you know, you feel it too. The chemistry isn't just between you two anymore. It's become something others can sense. They see the way your energy shifts when the other is near. And even though you're trying to keep it low-key, the subtle signs are there. Unspoken, but undeniable. It's in the glances, the smiles, and the way you seem to gravitate toward each other. You didn't mean for it to happen this way, but somehow it's all too obvious. The connection is real, and now everyone else is starting to see it too. 9. You both find reasons to be near each other. It's unspoken. You don't plan it, but somehow you always end up in the same spot. Even when you're surrounded by a group, your paths seem to cross without effort. The conversation shifts, and suddenly, you're standing next to each other. You laugh at something silly, then find yourselves lingering, not quite ready to walk away. You're not consciously making an effort. It's like a magnetic pull, something drawing you both in, even when you're trying to be subtle about it. It's in the way you both end up near the same snack table, or how, in a crowded room, you find yourselves sitting side by side. It just happens, and it's not always obvious to others. It's the small shifts, the way your voices soften when you're near, the ease in your movements as you align without meaning to. You don't need to make plans to be close. You don't need to say a word. It's like the universe quietly nudging you together. You both feel it, the comfortable closeness that doesn't need to be planned. It's effortless, and yet it's one of the clearest signs that the connection you share is more than just coincidence. 10. There's a moment when time freezes, and you both feel it. It happens in an instant. A pause, a single glance. The world around you suddenly fades into the background. For just a moment, it's just the two of you. Time feels like it stops, as if the universe is holding its breath. You catch their eyes, and for a heartbeat, everything else disappears. The noise, the movement, everything blurs, leaving only the quiet intensity of that one moment. You both feel it. Even if no words are spoken, you know. It's fleeting. The world moves again, life resumes, but that moment, when everything slows down, is etched in both your minds. Neither of you can quite explain it, but it stays with you. You might laugh it off afterward, brush it aside as nothing special, but deep down, you know, it's a shared secret, a moment where time didn't matter, because what you felt was something real and something neither of you will forget. Crushes aren't just butterflies. They're the first spark of something that could change everything. If any of these signs hit home, trust me, you're not imagining it. You're standing on the edge of something deep, something real, and it's just waiting to unfold. This is NeuroVista, where we dive into the feelings people often don't say out loud, but can't help but show. If you felt understood in this video, hit that subscribe button to stay in the loop. And hey, if you enjoyed the journey, give this video a thumbs up. Share it with someone who's been questioning their own connection, because the story between you two, it's already written in the way they look at you.